Hello, hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the Vintage Paper Girl. Welcome to my studio and weekend retreat at home, day 3. Yay! All right, we're on our second weekend of retreating at home, and I have a couple of projects. We'll see how far we get and how long we want to be busy today. We'll see how my energy holds out. And I have things I need to share with you before we actually get to work. This is today's project, but I'm going to pull that aside. I'm going to set that down below me. I want to share with you, oh gosh, I don't even know what to do first. Okay, before we get going, okay, so someone asked me, should they wait till I post a list to go buy their supplies? No, don't do that. We'll be out of supplies by the time you do that. I'm running behind, guys. I have so much going on. I have so many projects going. I'm so incredibly busy with the shop and with making videos, with finishing things. I don't think I'm going to get to the list. The supply list was just for things like, you know, cardstock, cardboard, music paper, envelopes, and cream and white, you know. Okay, so it was just that. And I can read that off again, but it's in that first video, or even the second video, both videos probably, where I mention what the list is. You can play it over and over and just write it down for yourself. I'm sorry I can't get to a printed list. I can try to print it neatly on some paper, but as far as, you know, getting my little iPad into its typing thing and getting it set up, I don't know. I'm just not going to get to it. I want to, but I can't. So I'm going to show you what's new in the shop. Remember, we've done 2 projects already with these little tiny envelopes, and they're in stock in the shop in white and in the craft stock. Okay, so these are the 3x3 envelopes that we used in the last 2 projects. We also have in stock the little mini, I think these were MP3 player disc page envelopes. We have those are now in stock. We now have the bigger CD holders in this sort of creamy manila, I don't know what color you want to call it, cream, what natural, I don't know, folder. So we have those pockets, and we're going to actually work with these today. We're going to be working with those today. We've used this in other projects, but we will be back to doing some more projects with these again. So if you want to have some of your own, go to the shop and get some. Now, for those of you who are still new to us and don't know, this is our shop, Design Journal and Supply. That's how you find us on Etsy. And there is a little V or the word more below the video. And if you go to that and you do the drop down, you can find a direct link to this shop as well as a Jewel Design, which is the digital shop that my daughter has. Now, we also got in some beautiful gold and silver doilies, which we will be using in a number of projects throughout, not only now, but through the year. I use these colors all the time. They're not just holiday, but they're great now at the holidays. They're fun on or in one of these. So, you know, something to keep in mind. And we also have these beautiful, beautiful blue mini bows. Aren't these gorgeous? These are great for a winter journal. Now, speaking of a winter journal, I always think of a winter journal as something in blue, right? So our final project, which will either be Thanksgiving weekend or the weekend after the first weekend of December, which will be our final retreat weekend, because then after that, I'm going to take off for the holidays. I'll do little videos, but I mean, I won't be doing retreat ones during the last, 2 weeks before Christmas. We're going to do a project where you will need white file folders, which we have in the shop. You'll need a variety of sizes of envelopes. Now, we don't have these in the shop. So you just collect whatever envelopes you have, but I'm just kind of warning you what's going to be in that project. There will be, I'm going to be using the kit that the colors I'll be using for that project will be in the blues. Or winter. It's not like Christmas, or it could be, but it's going to be winter Christmas. Hold on a minute. I kept meaning to grab the kits and forgot. 1 second. Oh, I wish I could remember everything, guys. I can't. My brain doesn't work like it used to. Just a minute. Ah! Oh no. Help me, Mr. Wizard. grab something, anything. Oh, your buddy's a mess. A mess. I was trying to grab Jolene's kit. Sorry. Okay, I just made a huge mess, you guys. Just for you. We will be working in some of could be using some of Jolene's winter kits. I'm not sure what I'm going to use, but she's got like words. And then she's got some gorgeous, look at these. This is a pretty kit. Very pretty. So we're going to be using colors like this. Maybe some of these, maybe not. I'm not sure what I'm going to use in that. But like I said, I have every winter kit she's ever made in the blue. She's got quite a few. So you have time to go over to her shop and pick out what you're going to want to use for your final project. We're going to do some kind of winter days, winter whatever. And she's got the little blue bows they're in right now. She's got this. She's also got, so if you want to prep buy in advance, we should have blue snow, white snow. I know we had, I hope we still do. We've got all kinds of snowflake ones. Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, those kind of things are in the shop. We've also got we had silver. I don't know if we still do. So you're going to have to go and look, but you want to stock up and get ready for our final project, which will be this envelope folio pocket journal. And those are the things we're going to use. I'm giving you a heads up on it. I know I have to go clean up a big mess when I'm done, but that's okay because I need to organize for that project. I had the base figured out. I just don't know what kits I want to use. If I'm going to go more vintage or more blue and white, more contemporary, I just haven't decided what papers I'm going to use for the final project. I just wanted you to know. And also what else is new in the shop. So all these goodies are new. I'm excited to have them added to my personal stash. Okay, and I'm going to put that aside. So we do have these white file folders, so you might want to go get some of those. Now, you could use a folded over instead of 2 envelopes. You could use the folded 9x12. You can use, hold on a minute. You don't have envelopes. We sell all these. You could use one of these folded in half, you know. You can get really creative with, you know, envelopes that we do have if you don't have regular. These are all, like I bought someone's stash out at a thrift shop. I bought all their plain white envelopes that they had that someone had kept and turned in. So I'm going to use those up. But you could use billing envelopes, you know, junk mail envelopes. But just keep in mind, we want them white, not a color, white. Okay. Hope that makes sense and I didn't confuse you. But that is a project. That's the final project. I'll try to let you know when it's coming if I can. I don't know. Now, last Sunday, we finished up our week with this darling little envelope. I did add a couple of goodies to it. And then I had another one started. I hadn't done anything with it other than folded it. Here it is. I added a tassel, cute little tassel, and all these goodies. Look what you can do with these. Aren't they amazing? Then the other side's completely different, right? That's the cool part about this. And then this one has 1, 2, 3. Now, someone said, couldn't you add a gusset? Yes, of course you could add a gusset to this folded envelope very easily. Very, very easily. And if you choose to do that, you will have to, what's the word? You will have to line the inside, right? So, meaning, let me grab an envelope again, because it's made from this, right? So, if you've opened, you have this side, you open that side. So, if you put a gusset in here, you're going to want to decorate this in because you will see the inside. So you're going to have to do a lot more decorating if you add a gusset, okay? Just keep that in mind. You don't have to. You can. Great idea. I didn't think to do that, but maybe for something future, if I'm going to put a lot of stuff in it, I will add a gusset. Super easy to do, okay? Oh, we've done it in other videos. So these are what I have completed. I wanted to show those to you. Now, big surprise, guys. I'm going to be doing a giveaway for the weekend retreat members only. Those of you who have commented on, those of you who comment on every single video for the weekend retreat will be entered into a drawing, but you have to comment on every single one. And it needs to be a comment about this. You can't just put a heart and go, oh, I commented. Nope. You got to make a comment like, oh, I love that. Great project. Thanks for doing it. You know, something, some words, right? And to enter, you got to comment. You have to be a subscriber. You have to like it. So you like it, you comment on it, and you're a subscriber. You will get entered into a drawing to win something. I'm not going to tell you what you're going to win, though, okay? So there will be a drawing when this is all over, probably about a week later. We'll do a drawing after I've had time to tally up all the names, because I'm going to be keeping track of when you commented on what video, and the people who comment on every single video will go into that drawing. I will see 4 to 6 little checks by their name, which tells me, oh, she commented every time. Those, you can go back and comment on the first 2, but you're going to have to watch the videos to know you need to make a comment about the video. So those are the people, you guys who have been with me a long time, you know how this works. I do not make this known any other time. So you've got to be watching this video right now in order to know there's going to be a drawing. And there will be a cutoff time. And I will warn you in the last video, okay, cutoff is midnight this day. For those of you who haven't commented yet, go watch and comment on the other videos. And those are the folks who will go into the drawing. Random people won't know about it because I'm not going to announce it anywhere else but on these videos. So if you've watched this far, you know that there is going to be a drawing for a prize. It might be one of these stuffed with everything in the world. It might be 2 of these. There might be more than one giveaway. I might have more than one prize. I'm just not going to tell you because I haven't decided yet, right? So it's worth watching and commenting, subscribing and liking in order to get into a drawing for something that I've made. Now, the other thing is, Wednesday's video, I show that I worked on this little beauty here. I just noticed when I looked at my Instagram photo that this had come unglued, or I didn't glue it. So I'm going to put that on there. Anyway, this went up on Instagram, and it shows the cover. And I did finish the cover, and added laces. I think I did that before. I've covered part of this envelope and this one. I have added a pocket, made a tag, and put the tag in there, which I think we did that on the video. I've added what is this called? Chabot? No, that's not it. It'll come back to me. Anybody, I've made this beautiful little medallion here to go on there. So that's our cover. I added laces to every page since that video. I've added lace. I'll just show you what I've done. I've added beautiful trims. I've made tags here. I've created lace. I've added a tag here that I made. I made this tag that has a pocket. You can put something in that. I probably should get something to put in. I've decorated this page, added trim. I'm working on this page right here, but I've already added the gold trim. I've added some trim here, so I need something to put in that pocket. I did sit and make ephemera for hours the other day. I need to cover that. I've made this cute little pocket, which I'm going to show in a video, okay? I've done that. The pages I've added lace to. I've added, well, I'm not added it yet, but I'm going to add an extra doily there to create a spot. I've added lace, more lace, more lace. I've added a gold doily there. Got lace here. This is a tuck spot or a belly band for tucking something in. I need to finish that. I've got lace there. Actually, I've got lace on both sides. Okay. You know that I already made that. Got lace there. I've filled this pocket, and I've got this beautiful document up here that I folded up. It's going in the pocket. I've added this lace. I've added lace there. Open this up. I've made a belly band, but I do need to put something here. I want to add a medallion or something. I've got another pocket over here. Added lace there. Flip it over. We're now into the other flip side. I've added lace all the way around. I've gone with the burgundy lace. I don't think I've done anything but lace on these back pages. I've just added lace to the pages to give it some dimension and some pretty. There we go. We've got lace there. Isn't that pretty? And then lace there. I've added gold there. Added lace here. And then we're back to there. So we're back to the front. So I've added a lot of lace, as you can see. Isn't that pretty? I really love how that looks. We'll probably add some charms and some bling. But I've worked really hard just to get it this far. And then I spent a day not only doing all of that, but adding a ton. Well, we did that. I made this. I'm going to show you some. I need to get that on that. These are all the little folders I made. Made little covers. Here's another little folder. These are all gold edged. I gold leafed everything. Oh, I didn't gold leaf that one. Or that one, but I gold leafed most everything. I made this little tag and this little envelope, and I've decorated it, and that's going to go in there. I've gold leafed that. Those have got sparkles. These I made while sitting. These are using those 4-inch rounds that we sell in our shop. They are wonderful. They're very hard. They're a coaster you can write on the back because you're not going to feel a bump, a lump, or anything. But I made these to go in. So all this stuff is for the pockets that you saw there. These are all gold leafed all the way around. That one's decorated. This was off that we did the, I did the, what do you call it, masterboard. And I've made this. I decorated this all up. This was using a lace doily, a paper lace doily. I made this little goodie. Isn't this pretty? So it's that side and that side. Then I did this tag. I feel like it's going to need something at the top, some kind of lace. I gold leafed this one. This one you open, and you have all these goodies. Okay. This has been gold leafed, and then I added the ribbon and that. I may still add, I feel like it needs something else. It needs a little something. Felt like that needed something. I feel like these are all good to go, right? And then this tag, I think we started in a video. I don't remember, but I finished it. And then it has a little lace pocket. I've got a tiny little, cute little envelope that you could write on or put something in. It's got a little mini paper clip, and you put it into the little pocket. Okay, so we've got that one. And these little gold pieces you see. Let's see, let me show you. These gold bits are vintage. They're from a set that I purchased, but very much like what I had in my own stock. This has got tags in it. There are all these pockets, so in each pocket there is a tag, and it's all gold leaf. Again, it's all decorated. This one I have another, I got to find some little tags to go in there. I've got to make something or find something. So I spent all day working on gold leafing and cutting and pasting and pulling ribbons, and that one needs a little something. So those three in the front need a little something something. This is all the stuff I didn't show are all the bits and pieces I'm using to decorate with, right? So this needs to be decorated as well. So we'll put those, let me put this back here with the others. These are all the things I need to do a little something else to, whatever it needs to be, whether I need to add another card or I need to add some, that needs bling. It's definitely very blank. And then this needs a little lace or something at the top, or maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave it as it is. I'm not really sure. But anyway, I'll put those all together. So this is what I've been working on nonstop since our last videos. And I have worked really hard to get this one going. And it's a lot of work when you don't have anything at all or very little. So yeah, I'm having fun with it. In fact, so much fun, I forgot to make my weekend retreat video. Oh no. So, oops. I got so excited I forgot to make it. So let me share with you. I'm going to put aside the things we need to work with. I'm going to maybe put them over here so I don't get a shadow. It's very dark today. It's early in the day, but it's dark in here. It's cloudy. It's going to rain for the next 2 weeks, so I'm going to have a little trouble with videos. We'll do our best, right? So this should be your Saturday, and we are making these adorable pockets. I've made the pocket, and it's made from an index card. These are vintage. And I have chosen to go with it a tag. So I've already picked out the tag that would go with it. These are the standard 3x5. I believe these are 3x5. Yes, these are 3x5 index cards with a tag to go in it. This was the little bit bigger one. Now, I had shown you in one of our last videos the sizes we were going to use. So this one is this size, which I believe is the 4x6. Yep, this is the 4x6. And then I've picked out a little card to slide into the pocket, which I have, decorated. But this is the pocket. So we're going to make pockets today, and that's made from the 4x6. The first ones were the 3x5. Then this one here, is this a 4x6 too? No. This one I just took one of the great big 5x8s and cut it in half and, made a pocket. So whatever size, boy, that really got bent up. Whatever size index cards you have, or paper, you can just use plain old cardstock or whatever you want. But we're going to decorate those today. So what I have here are a bunch of goodies to decorate with. These are the sizes I use. So this size, actually, when you cut it in half, honestly is, what is this? this is 4x5. 4x5. So we created our own size by cutting one of these big ones in half. And this has been coffee dyed or tea dyed. So, all right, let me set those off to the side. And I've got all kinds of goodies to decorate with. Scraps and bits and pieces. And that's what all these are. I don't think I need those. I'm going to put that at the bottom. Let me there we go. All right. Now, I'm going to put those in front of me. And what the goal is, I had told you that you would need some music sheet. And that's exactly what you need to make these, is music sheet. So what I've done is I have this one. I cut a piece of music sheet and I glued it on to this one. And this is the 4x6. Yep, 4x6 card. These are the other ones. Okay. And I've got some pieces cut and ready to go. Now, this is that one I cut in half, and it's already covered, so it just needs to be. And I even picked out a great little card for it. Okay, so let's work on this today. Let's make a few little. These are all pockets. We all need pockets when we're doing journals. Oh my gosh, that's always the one thing we need that we never have enough of. Now, you can choose the colors of ink I will use today. Will be Rustic Wilderness, Lumberjack Plaid, and Vintage Photo. Okay, so those are what you're going to need today. right. So that's what we're going to work with today for ink. As you know, I like to ink everything. That's my thing, right? Pull up the sleeves and let's get to work. Okay, how is everybody? Are you all good? I hope you are fabulous. I am okay. I'm hanging in there. I've been working very hard. In fact, I was up very late last night, so I'm a little tired prepping for this video because although I had the projects pre-prepped, I was so busy working on my Christmas ball journal, I completely forgot to actually make the video. Oops. You know, it happens. What can I say? Do I want this green or do I want it red? Do I want a green or red? Maybe I'll make this one. So I want to make one of these cards green. I always ink in my hand. I don't know why. It's just a thing I do. I don't like to lay it down and do that unless I'm going to be covering a whole lot of area. So let's see. This is Rustic Wilderness, which is my favorite green to use. I'm going to be very inky today, I think. And then this is Lumberjack Plaid. Yeah, the green one is way more juicy than the red. I did notice that. And I'm doing both sides because when I do cover, sometimes we get a little short or we move it off to one side a little bit and then that's already there and maybe we won't have to do too much more. I'm also going to lightly ink the paper. I don't know if that's really going to do me a lot of good, but what are you guys up to? Oh, we've been incredibly busy. Just my hubby's been getting the house ready. We're expecting about 10 days of rain, and so lots and lots of rain. And so he has been busy cleaning gutters and drains, checking the roof, getting Jolene's house all ready. So we're storm-proofing the houses as best we can. You know, we don't get a lot of that here in California, but we get a lot of rain and we get wind. We get both, right? So two of these little goodies to clean up with today. All right. So now these came from Vintage Studio 717. She has 2 sets of beautiful music papers. So I would definitely go look and see what she's got. Other channels have it, or if you're lucky enough and you have the real thing, which I do, then you've got these and they are gorgeous and ready to go. So but right now we're just going to work on these. I'm going to cover, now I could leave it like this so you could write on that side, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it natural since it's this, the patina on this is gorgeous. Oops, that's an extra. Let's save that. I'm not going to use that. And I'm going to put this on here and we're going to glue them on. Now you can use glue stick. You can use whatever you want to glue with. Let me grab my glue mat. Although this one's pretty gluey, I've been using it a lot. Like I said, I've been crafting nonstop for the last 4 or 5 days and then went, oh my gosh, I need to do a video. I had the video made that went up on Wednesday, which is the day I'm making this for Saturday, about the Christmas ball flop journal. I forgot to post it. I just flat forgot to post it or take any pictures of it. So my hubby and I were like, oh no. So, and then of course, our charter cable, which is our internet, also has everything at half speed while they're working on the lines, I guess. I don't know if they're upgrading. I don't know what they're doing, but speed was so slow that the video didn't want to load. So it went up really late. Just going to be one of those days. It just is. And he and I were out of sync and we were just a mess. He went off to the storage unit to go get our Christmas decorations so we can gotta start working on that. I don't know if he usually likes to start outside, but we're way early, but we're not because Christmas is early and Thanksgiving is late. So we're all messed up. We're not doing it our normal weekend because it's just, I don't have the health to get it done in one weekend like I usually do. It takes me forever to do anything now. So, especially since I'm using a walker, it's very cumbersome and very slow and doesn't allow for much agility, if you know what I mean. Okay. And I'm not using it from age just because my knees are worn out and I can't have surgery. So, okay. So there we go. Those are glued on. Now, if you like your pockets rounded, you want to do that now. Well, we might want to let that dry for just a minute. I'll move that there. I'm going to want to put a little thumb notch. So I'm going to use a 1-inch punch. These are some things that I do recommend you have some kind of corner punch and 1-inch, 2-inch, 1.5, and 2-inch punches. I highly recommend. These are EK Success or EK Tools. And I highly recommend these. They are definitely worth doing. I've used them thousands of times. So happy I have them. Again, these are pretty wet. So why don't I wait a minute? I do need to fussy cut. I was thinking about using these on here. I'm also going to look and see what else I might have in my little pouch here. If I didn't want to use those, what do I have that would look good on there? These are my porch prints. These I bought years and years ago. I'm sure they're in there somewhere. I don't even know what kit they are. Just want to see what I have. That's kind of cute. Oh, I don't know what that's from. That's actually some kind of packaging or paper or something I have, I think. I might use it, though. That's cute. But then I would still feel like I need one more thing there. But doesn't mean I couldn't find one more thing to put there. I am pretty sure I could. Kind of like this teddy bear stocking one. I really do. I'm not sure I want to do those. Get these popped back in here. Got myself a mess going here. Let me do a quick, while we're waiting for those to dry, because they do need to dry a little. It's a little cool today. We went from 89 to 66 today. 89 yesterday. I was in crop pants. Today I have a lightweight sweater on, but it's getting dark and we are expecting rain tonight. And it's supposed to rain over an inch because it's going to rain nonstop for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So hopefully we have prepared all the gutters. He said he cleaned out like inches and inches of muck from not so much leaves, but just dust and dirt that had piled up, became like mud up in the gutters of our house, which he thought they would be really clean. So he was shocked when he was he taking a little shovel and digging out sludge from the gutters. Oh, was that cute or what? Is that cute or what? That's super cute. I think I want to use that one. Do I want to use this one? I don't know. This one is Happiness and Crafting, these shapes. She has a ton of fabulous stuff. So, Happiness and Crafting on Etsy by G. Kerr. She's got lots of cute little ephemera pieces. She's got a whole new kit this year. This is one of her older ones. It goes with, I think, one of her digital kits. I don't remember. I've had it for years and years. I do like that on there. Let me see what I feel about the bell. I feel like the bell's a little lackluster, but we'll see. So anyway, we got the garage ready for all this stuff. Hubby went to get that. He took the little girl next door, who has quickly become our unofficial 7th grandchild. Amelia. It's her 5th birthday. I can't believe she's 5 already. Oh my gosh. I remember when they first moved here. I don't think she was even 2. She has grown up so quickly. And now she has a new baby sister who was born on my birthday, which I thought was so exciting. She was born on the same day as me. How exciting can you get? So anyway, she's turning 5. So he took her some little princess dolls that about the size of Barbies, but they're princess Disney princess dolls. And he picked him out himself. He's really she calls him first she called him Papa, but she still has a grandfather living. So they told her, no, that's not Papa, you know. She was like, I want to call him Papa. No, you know, can't call him Papa. We said it was okay, but anyway, so she calls him Mr. Greg, and I'm Mrs. Laurette. Isn't that cute? I love it. So I packaged it all up, and we signed the card, and he took it over her today. It's funny how life runs in cycles, because many years ago, when we actually bought our first home, not rented, but bought. Our daughter was about 14 months old, and our neighbors, Dawn and Cheryl, we love them, fell in love with her, especially Dawn. He just thought she was the cutest little thing he'd ever seen. Of course, he had an 18-year-old daughter, 17, or she was 16, I think, and her son was 18 when we met them, something like that. They were 14 and 16, something like that. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so he fell in love with her, and he and my husband built her a playhouse, as he was a contractor. And they took on our kids like they were their grandkids. They were a bit young to be grandparents yet. They were in their mid-40s maybe. But, you know, we were in our 20s. So they treated us like parents and the kids like grandparents. They fell in love with our son and when he was born, and super close. So it's funny how we're kind of like paying it forward because they took such good care of us and looked after us. My parents were living far away at the time. I'm just trying to decide, do I want to like do a little thing like that maybe? I kind of like that. I like that. They're almost too, well, cover up a lot of the music paper though. That's the only thing I don't like. This one needs something else with it. No, not that. I could use that one and it takes up more space, or I could use this cute little one and put something else with it. Maybe we'll put something else with it. I feel like that's too much. I kind of like the whole holly idea over here. Maybe we'll do that. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, this is, oh, she says now which kit it is. Oh, it's Classic Christmas Words, Phrases, and Designs is one of the kits in here, but there's more than one kit in here. I've got all kinds of kits in here. I know there was oh, yeah, here we go. There was a little star, and I'm wondering if I could use the star. Maybe I could use those two together. Okay, instead of the two I thought I was going to use. Isn't that funny? Well, they're cut out for the next thing I want to make. There's also, let's see, ornaments. Yep. I wonder if there's an ornament I like better. No, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. Okay, they're too pale. Oh, that's Misty calling. She's calling for Mama because Mama is not laying down taking a nap with her. She climbed up on my tummy when I was posting on Instagram and decided I needed to take a nap. And she's right. I really wanted to take a nap, but I couldn't because I need to do this video. And then, of course, I have brighter things. Maybe something brighter would be better. Nah, I think I'm going to stick with what I got. I think I'm going to, maybe I'll put a doily behind that. That would probably be pretty, right? Because I could be here all day. And then let me double check to make sure I am filming. Okay. We used a lot of time chit-chatting early on, but that's okay. I need to catch up on stuff, let you know what our projects were going to be, the usual, you know. Normally I'd make this into a pocket, but it's becoming a pocket anyway, so I don't want to overkill. Yeah, I kind of like that. Because you never know what journal it's going to go in. So I try to make, when I'm making pockets and things like this, I try to make them pretty neutral. Vintage, but neutral, because I only do vintage at Christmas. Now that this is dry, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to, I like that these are spring loaded and they're a heavy spring. So they'll usually cut just about anything, quite a few layers. And they're pretty easy to sharpen. I sharpen them with foil. I cut foil and wax paper to get them going again. If I feel like they're struggling a little bit. I don't know where that went. Oh, I just half-inched these. Yep, I don't like that half-inch one. I used to love it. I've half-inched everything before. Well, this one has a half-inch round on it. Okay, so that's one. Now we want to do something with this one. Let's look at one of these little doilies. Do I want white or do I want... Got little tiny white ones. And we do have all kinds of sizes and colors. We got in, the red ones are back in. The red doilies are back into the shop. So if you need a red doily for something, for any of these projects, we do have them in the shop. They are ready to rock and roll. So did I pull them out? I thought I had them out here. Let me see. I thought I had the package out. Maybe I didn't. Well, anyway. Oh, yeah. Yes, we've got red doilies back in the shop. So they're in the shop if you need them. One of the ladies told me, oh, we don't have any. I said, sure we do. And then I went and looked. I went, no, we don't. I apologize. We don't have any. We're out. Sometimes I will double a doily if I can find one small enough to go inside of another one, but I don't have anything smaller than that. What else could we put in there? Going to have a circle of some kind. Something's bound to have a... Oh, I think I saw a clock in here that I cut out. I remember cutting out a clock. Did I cut out a clock? Yeah, I did. I know I did. Excuse me while I make a mess. Let's make a mess together. There it is. We could put a clock. Oh, that's cute. And then, where'd it go? Oh, no. Where did we lose our little stocking at? Oh, there it is. Then we could put the stocking on there. Oh, that would be cute. Waiting for Santa. Get it? Oh, cute. Yes, yes, yes. We could do that. Now I made a good mess here. I kind of had these all by size so I could easily find them, but now I've made a huge mess. Yeah. Yeah, let's ink this a little. And actually, I think I want to also add a little bit of vintage photo on there. Okay, so we can put that on. We can put that on. We can add that. Plus, I had another idea. Let's see. Oops, let me find. I'm looking for my numbers. Oh, there they are. Ew, I had some. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I have some red and white numbers. Well, not white, but pretty close to it. Oh, that'd be fun. Those are fun. I love to add numbers to things. These are Shabby Dabby Doodah. Some are hers and some are, let's see, where else can you get a good set of numbers? Oh, Artsology. All of those are on Etsy. Artsology. Artsology. Some of these are stickers and some of them are just plain cardstock. The 44 pound cardstock that I printed on. Let's see. Okay, let's get this one ready. This one's green. My hubby brought me a Happy Meal today. It's cute. She says, I feel like you need something to cheer you up. I brought you a Happy Meal. Came with a cute little toy. But I gave the toy to Amelia next door. I thought, oh, she could probably play with this. Or maybe one of her cousins or one of her little friends that comes to visit. She could play. They could play. All right, let's glue this one on because we are running out of time. Okay. Put that in the middle. I did print on the back of all of this, so yeah, I love this. I don't know what this came off. I think it came off of some packaging or a card or something. I don't know what it came off of. But it was too cute to throw away, apparently. So we now are using it in on our little pocket. Yep, this looks like it's a sticker. Excuse the nails. I have been beating the living daylights out of my hands and my nails doing so much crafting. Okay. Isn't that adorable? So a cute little pocket, just made from an index card. Nothing difficult, but they're great to use for all kinds of things. So whether you want it as a pocket or as a journal card or as a note, put it on a greeting card for those of you who do greeting cards. You know, you can do all kinds of things with these. But decorating them up with whatever you can find. I'm just using what's in my stash, honestly. These are all images that I have not bought new. They've been sitting in my stash for years. And, oops, forgot I was going to do that one too. I don't know if this one's a... Yep, it is a sticker. Huh, surprise, surprise. Yay. There. There. Now we have 2 new pockets to add to our others. They will need something to go inside of them. I don't know if I have anything pre-printed. That's printed. That's not something I'm just looking at stuff I've got already printed up. Oh, that's cute. That's a little too contemporary. That's not big enough. That's too big. Okay, well. What did I have in my hand a minute ago? I thought maybe this would work in there. Maybe those 2 could work in there. I don't want to cut a bunch of new stuff, so let me just ink these up and get them ready to go. I always like to round my corners. It gives it a more professional finish. Or nip them off instead of the... Isn't that cute? It's made to look like something from your kitchen. Oh, I forgot this one. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay. What should we... I think I'll just... I feel like this vintage photo seems to be mixed with... I wonder if it got mixed with my Victorian velvet. It just has a little bit of a red tinge to it that I didn't notice before. And I'm like, oh, where'd that come from? I was thinking this would look cute in here. It would look cute with that. So let me get some paper clips. I'm clipping the cards with them so that when I'm ready to put them in a journal or whatever, they have their little card already with them. Oh my gosh, someone's got a yipper skipper today. Barky dog. I can hear it in the distance. It's been barking for hours. Must be tired. Gotta hurt its little throat barking that much. I like to do the edges because it gets rid of the white, adds some dimension. It's artistic. It's fun. It's part of the process. Don't be afraid to use inks. Don't be a lazy crafter. Do your thing. If you don't like the look, that's fine. But if you're just like, oh, I don't want to work that hard, it's like, come on. You will love it when you get doing it. In fact, you'll get so hooked on it, be like, why didn't I do that before? I think these would be adorable in here. Look how cute. Yeah? Because this is the Christmas Toy Emporium, and then you got the toys there. So I thought that would be cute. And I just love that with that. Good color, right? So I'm going to put those on there. So now we have all these lovely cards. I don't know. Do we need to go to a bigger size? I'm kind of like, I think I'm getting kind of worn out with them. I do have some... all kinds of images, so I can look at some of my other images and see if there's something I want to use on there. Got some vintage Santas here. Ooh, he's too big. Okay, what about this one? Oh, they're quite pretty. But I feel like I need one that's a little darker. It's like, that one's too faded. How about this one? Yeah, he's very pretty. Although they're pretty too, but they're a little more faded out. And he's already kind of faded. Let's do a little inking. I don't like that bright white on there. I don't know where these are from, these images. I'm not sure. I cut them out years ago, years and years and years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Let's see, do I have anything on them that says? Let me see. These might be Lisa's Altered Arts, but don't quote me on that. I don't know if she's still in business. I don't know if she's still around. I've had them a really long time, so it's hard to say where they would have come from. That'd be cool tucked in that pocket. That's an actual Christmas card. Dear American Hero. Well, I would want the front, but not the back of that. Maybe I can... There we go. I'll keep that sentiment for something else. I may want to make a card where I want to honor an American hero. My dad was one. He was in, let's see, he enlisted for World War II, Korea. He took a bullet in his leg. He is was a Purple Heart veteran. Lived to be he was a few weeks short of 95, so as far as I'm concerned, it was 95. Died of natural causes, nothing dramatic. His body just wore out. He said he lived a full life, and he was okay with it being done. You know, he was ready to... you know what I want on that? Oh, I could use one of these. Let's see. I want one of these. No, it's the same color as that. Ugh, no, I don't want that. You know what I would love is green, but my green is too bright, I think. Yeah, these are vintage. You won't find those anywhere. They're from the 1950s. We could not find them anywhere. I'm going to see if I have any other, like a green that maybe... I've got a green, but it's like a mint green. No. Maybe gold, right? Do I have a gold that I've cut? Maybe. This is vintage. This one's vintage right here. From my mom's hutch. Let me see. Oh, that perked it up a ton, didn't it? Let's do I have any halves? Before I cut one in half, let me see if oh, yep, I do have one in half. Wait a minute. Let's see if that's a half or just a bit. Nope, it's just a bit. I tend to cut off the sides and then go, oh, whoops. Let me cut this in half. Maybe we could go like this. I do keep my bits and pieces because I use everything. Maybe, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna. I need to round this a bit. It's a little too sharp and it's bumping into the thumb hole. There. Oh, that's so pretty. I love Santa. Yeah, he's special, huh? Alrighty. Let's see what we can do there. Now this went to something. I thought I already had it. Was it for that one? No. Oh, I already had it for one of these, didn't I? It was this one. Kind of a tall pocket for that, though. Doesn't mean you couldn't. He's the right colors, you know, all that good stuff. I feel like he's a bit flimsy. Hold on, let's do this. This is, oh, but he doesn't go with that guy, for sure. And he's too tall for this. I already tried that. That and that. He was meant to go with that one. I mean, I could glue them onto the front of that one. Wouldn't that be pretty? And maybe cut it down some. Actually, that might be something I might want to do. Let's think about it. Let's think about it a minute. Let's work on this one. Let's not stop what we were doing. I was pretty happy with this. Let's see. Okay. Like I need something there, but not necessarily. Don't have to. Let's glue this down. Gosh, I'm going to be ready for a snack soon. Me and my snacks. I have to always have an afternoon snack because I don't eat breakfast. So in place of breakfast, I have a little 4 o'clock snack. Oh, let's see, what time is it? 20 to 4. Looks like we're only going to get to maybe one project today. I don't know, because I'm going to lose the light. I've been at this for an hour already, but when it is cloudy out because the rains are kind of blowing by, I was looking at the radar. Oh my gosh. Cute. Sometimes I think, oh my gosh, I need something else to do this with. Hold on a minute. Don't mind me. I am looking for a tiny little brush. Can use a little tiny brush to kind of fill in something that maybe isn't the way you want it to be. That's cute. Do we need anything else? I'm looking at my, looking for my words are next to me. So looking to see, what do I have? I was thinking I might add a little, like a word right there. Oh, I've got the perfect one. Perfect, perfect, perfect. If it fits. Ho, ho, ho. There we go. My best bud and I have a funny joke about that. And anybody else who knew her when I first met her. Oh my gosh. I need a dry, wet one. A dry one. I don't know why we always say a dry, wet one, but because they were wet, now they're dry, right? Cute, right? All right, that one's ready to go. And we can put it with that one. That is pretty together, isn't it? I think one brings out the other. Let me grab a couple of paper clips here. Alrighty. Depends on the journal it's going in or what you're giving it. If you're giving it as a gift. We could turn this into something other than an actual journal card. Should we? Glue it right on there as a big image? I mean, we could. Let me see. What I would do is I would fussy cut it, first of all. Or actually, I'm not going to fussy cut. I'm going to kiss cut, which means I don't like those scissors for that. I did order myself another pair of these. They did come in. I am going to cut off all of that. Now, I won't throw that away. Isn't that funny? But I have used bits and pieces like this up the sides of things. So yeah, no, I don't throw that kind of stuff away. That tag was actually in this package, and I've got another one in there too. Now what I want to do is get rid of any little sharp edges I left when I was cutting. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's really cute. That is cute. And I think, what do we have around the edges? We have vintage photo. So because we already have vintage photo on here, it's just, oh, I don't want to do the back because it's a pocket. It's getting glued on. It's going to need a journal card, but I have no idea what journal card I will use because I don't know what I have cut right now. I've got to kind of go through my stash and see if I can find another journal card for this. I like journal postcards, even if they're real or not, or faux cards. I think there's one in here. What do we got? I don't know. Those are the little cards that say things, but I might want a word for that though, right? Oh, wait, what's this one say? Well, this is a big one. Okay, this goes with it, so let me pull it. It's a little card, but we'll add another one too. Or I'll make myself a tag to go with it. Put this on a tag, I don't know. I pre-cut a bunch of tags somewhere. I don't know what I did with them. Oh, who knows, right? That's too tall. Okay. So what it is I've used up all of my journal cards is what's happened. That go to this set. Oh, what I just dropped or where it went. What am I doing? I don't know. That makes a cute little card. 'Twas the night before Christmas went all through the house. Now, let's see if we have anything cool we could put on here. Seasons, greetings, celebration, silent night, red traditions, Yuletide, seasons, greetings, silent night, glad tidings, be joyful. Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas. Got a lot of things here. Rejoice, Noel. What about Noel? Maybe we could do this Noel. I like it because it has the red. I didn't want to use one that's not the right color. Yeah, we can add that. That's very cute, right? Okay. Let's go down there. I was going to use one of these little cards from Dreams, Etc. I've got a bunch of... Let's see, what do we have over here? Do we have something we can put in that pocket? Yeah, most of these are pretty little. These are very old. I've had these a long time from Dreams, Etc. Oh, look how cute they are. OMG. Oh my gosh. I want to use these on another project for sure. Okay, well, this was a kit. And it was a kit that came with all these goodies like this. And I never used them, so... It was a Christmas kit. It had a whole bunch of stuff, and this was part of it. And maybe I should have put, instead of putting that on there, maybe I should have put one of these on there. Oh, look at these. Would that not be cute on there? Oh, now do I do Santa or do I do that? Oh, maybe I'll save that for another project. Maybe I'll save them for another project. It's not like they're going anywhere. I've already got this on there. I don't think I want to put any... I don't think I want to put anything behind him. That green's too green for that anyway. Let's try something else here. Just to liven it up a bit. Yeah, we can do that. Why not? I like the gold that brings light to it when it's seeming kind of heavy, or like I want to add a little sparkle, but I don't want to add any bling. I think it's possible. So let me see if that's going to go there. I have to bring it in a little bit because I already punched the notch, so I want to bring that in. I got to figure out where I'm going to glue it on at, so. Well, let's get that glued on, and then we can figure out the rest. We'll just figure out the rest as soon as we glue that on. I'll tell you guys about that show, Diplomat. Did you guys watch that? I did. There's another one we were watching the other night, too. Oh, it was called Treason. Oh, that was a really good one. It had to do with MI6, the British government, the American government, CIA. Very good. Very, very good. I've been into those political kind of thingy. They're not political, but they're like government theory. I don't know what you call it. Anyway, whatever they are, we've been into those lately. Kind of like a West Wing kind of thing. Yeah. And in Treason, it had a lot of stars. You would recognize that you wouldn't even realize when we saw them in movies that they were British naturally, but of course they are British actors and actresses. One of the gals who played the gal who is running for Prime Minister, she was in ER originally with black curly hair. If you saw her, you'd recognize her. She's also was a prima ballerina at one time in her life, but she became an actress, was in ER. And then she, I think she danced in the Royal Ballet. And then, because she was in a number of ballet movies at one point. And so she was in this. And she's much heavier, older, of course. And her hair is a lighter, kind of a reddy brown color. Totally different looking than her ER days. But you would recognize her if you saw her. She's in it. A lot of good actors and actresses. And some I didn't know, of course. But all British. Loved it. Might have been made in Britain. I don't know. But anyway, it was a very good series. It's only like 4 or 6 episodes. It wasn't very... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well. I did it now. Yeah. It wasn't very long, but it was good. We thoroughly enjoyed it. It had me on the edge of my seat. It didn't end the way I thought it was going to end. So, surprise, surprise. Netflix is like that lately. But it was good. I really enjoyed it. So I think I'm going to put that to go in there. And I got to find something else. I have to go find the kit. I know I have the darn kit right here. I know I do. Because I got everything out. Oh, I had to get up anyway. My legs went to sleep. Hello. Help, help, help. You're going to hear a crash probably. Now, is this happiness and crafting? No, of course not. I grabbed the wrong kit. Of course I did. I'm going to have to put that all back when I'm done. Oh, no. It just fell on the floor. Oh, well. I have a folder. This is how I used to originally do my stuff before I put them into the clear plastic file folders. Let's see. Oh, see, there's all the bells. Oh, those are some pretty bells. Aren't they pretty? Oh, I need to cut those out. I want to see... These are all happiness and crafting. A lot of these are her freebies that she had years ago that you probably can't get now. This was her Christmas cards. I think she did these last year. They were awesome. I don't know why those are on there, because they don't go with that. They don't look like they go with that at all, in fact. No, they don't. I don't know what they went with, but they didn't go with that. Put that back on there. Oh, my stomach's growling. It's wanting a snack. I don't know where these came from. Well, I had them with that, so I better just leave them there. Maybe they didn't come off there. Okay, here we go. Here are some of the cards. Aha, I knew there were tags. I knew there were more tags. I knew there were a lot more. I can use that one maybe. See, there's the big tall ones. Let me just make one for this. We could even fold it in half and make it into a booklet. The way she has these is awesome because you have something on each side. Oh boy, I should have, before I cut it out, I should have printed on the back. Oh well. You can use it as a journal card like this or fold it in half and you have a cute booklet, right? So you can do lots of fun things with her kits. This is Happiness and Crafting, the classic Christmas set. And there's that other one. This is how, like I said, how I used to store everything in the beginning, you know, before I got going. And I had file folders. Oh, there's those. Okay, that's where those go. All right, now I know. I had extras that I didn't want to cut out. I'm going to put those away. Don't mind me just talking to myself, reminding myself something I need to do when the video's over. But this would be great inside of that pocket. So what we'll do, we'll give it a good rounding on the corners, ink it, and I'm making an effort to put the cards with them because later I'll be like, oh no, where did I put all that stuff? Where'd it go? What'd I do with it? I can decorate it later. I'm not worried about decorating right now. I'm just mainly like getting them ready to go. I use the red and the brown. Sometimes I'll ink with both. It's fun to do both. If you don't like that something's white or cream on the back, you know what to do. Just run your ink over it or get a brush and run it over it. I'll use 2, sometimes 3 colors on a card. All right, so that card will probably get decorated later. I mean, I could put that right in the middle of it. Who knows, right? So let me do it so I can see that I've got a number of things to go in that. All right, I think we've done enough of this pocket today. We've done quite a few. Hopefully you've done them right along with me and you're having some fun creating some pretties. Got to get that red off there so I don't end up with it on everything because, you know, red is very invasive. So this is what we've got going. Isn't that cute? We got that one. We have that one. We made that one, and we made that one. And then we have these that I already did. Aren't they cool? Very happy with those. We've got this little gold one that I did, and there's the card, and I actually backed that to make it heavier. So if I was going to keep that other one tall, I would have did the same thing, right? I would have backed it. But since it got cut out and put on here, which it shows you, even though it was supposed to be a journal card, it made a great pocket. So there, we have a ton of stuff to decorate and to put into our, okay, so the point of making these was to stuff them with these, right? So, now these don't have ribbon or any sparklies or anything because I don't know what they're going to go in. And a lot of times Christmas, I don't add all of that unless I'm doing something like this. But what this allowed us to do was to just put stuff in them. Barely filled it. Barely filled it. And that was a lot of cards we just did, right? Wasn't it? So let's put that up there. All right, let me check my time. I need to see where I'm at. I'm at an hour 20. You guys said you liked the 2 hours. So the question is, do I go on or I do the next one as my 20-minute one? You know what I mean? As my, how do I even want to say that? I don't even know. It's getting very dark in here. I've got about half an hour. So there they were. I was wondering where those were. Okay. So something else that I have available to me that we were looking at doing today is this one. I can get it started for you. But the problem is, I guess if we could finish it on Sunday if we haven't done it today. Let me move my inks up a little bit. Move my glues up a little. Let me get rid of all these little scraps. Now, some of you think I keep my desk clean. No, I'm going to post some pictures on Facebook of what my desk has been looking like. And it was the minor version of it. It was even worse yesterday because I just kept piling and piling and piling and piling. But these are the reason I was asking you to get a hold of our little envelopes, right? Because there's two versions. This is the white one, but you could use cream or whatever color you can get your hands on. But we have two kinds, and this one is made with, remember these? We used to, I forget what it's called, where you go like that. And it had the little slides, and you would use your little magic goodie. We had a Disneyland one, and oh my gosh, it was fun. So what I did with this is I covered this, put a piece of paper on the inside. Then I took my little, what was it called? It's coming to me. Magic? No. It'll come to me. But it was a little slide and a photo slide and put it on cardstock. And so that you would have a card that you could write on inside of this, and it could be a pocket. Now, if you want it to be a drop-in to go into a pocket, just cover the back. Otherwise, you glue it down on your journal page. And I also wanted us to have a lovely tag, but I just noticed this paper isn't tall enough. So maybe I could do, how about this one? Would this one fit? That one would fit. So let's not use that. Let's save those. Now, what I did to cover this was I cut on my die cutter, 1 minute, some circles out of my paper. So the first thing I did was I measured my CD holder, right? I measured my CD holder. Then I placed my little die cut circle in the middle, and I punched it out. So you see, got punched out, right? Well, let's see, where's the one? Here we go. Got punched out. Now, this is actually smaller than the original envelope. The original envelope, if I can grab one here, 1 minute, has a much bigger window. But I didn't feel like we needed that big a window. So you can make your windows smaller, because mine only went to 4 inches. And this window is, I hope I'm making sense. It says 4, but what is this? Oh no, mine only went to 3.5 to 3/4. See, it's smaller, definitely. Look at, right? Can you see that? So I had that little gap there, which is fine. Just, it covered it up a little bit more, which I like that idea, right? So then when you cut these out, you can use them. If you don't have any of these, you can use them to put them on your journal card like this. Let me show you. You can put this on your journal card, decorate it up with an image, put a little tab on it, and that can go in there, right? So if you don't have these little slides, now you can get these on Etsy. There are ladies who sell these little goodies here. What are they called? Let's see. Let's see what my friend Celeste, whose shop is closed right now because she's going to be leaving from New York to Florida. She calls them picture wheel die cuts. So look for the picture wheel die cuts. Oh yeah, I was going to look on Amazon, see if I could find one. Someone else did. They found one. So the picture wheel die cuts, or you can just use a circle, decorate up your circle. Okay. So, but look on, now Celeste's shop is on vacation because she's leaving town for the holiday, for the Christmas holiday. But, like I said, look on Etsy for them. And then if you want to buy, if you're a die cutting queen and you want to do something with the die cuts, then I would go ahead and, maybe buy one. I need to do that. So I've got everything all separated now. I had it all together. What was I thinking? Okay, there we go. So that's how we made this. Isn't this cute? And you just go like this. All right. So this was supposed to be for the journal card that would also be in there. So you would have a double, two things that would go in there. Then for those of you who like little things, I also have the mini version. Whoops. Here it is. I started it. Now that I've left everything all over the place. What else can I do, right? There's some, okay. I have all kinds of goodies that go with this. I go over here. And what I did for this one is I did the same thing. I just found a die cut that fit. I think it's my 2-inch hole punch, my 2-inch punch. Yep, 2 1/4 punch. I have a 2 1/4 inch punch, and I punched this out so I could cover it up. I put a piece of paper in there in the back to so it has a backing. I just slid it in there, but I could glue it down. Then you cover it. The point is, when you make something that goes inside, and when you take it out, you always have something in there. But the fun part is, you could just put something, a stamp, like excuse me, I'm going to have to glue that on. A stamp that goes on the front. You could decorate it on this side. You could decorate the inside card that goes in there. You could decorate, you could just do all kinds of fun things. So what I'm going to do with this one, it's already in there, so I'm going to go ahead and glue it in so I don't keep trying to pull it out. And I'm going to take my little bone folder here. All right, so that's in there permanently. Then I want to find out where I want to put this. It fits really good one way, but not another. You know, it's not funny. Kind of wanted that on the bottom. Will it work? Yes, it will. Okay, I've inked it already a little bit, just around the hole. And I just used one of my big punches. Or you can use a die cutting machine. Or if you're great at it, you can pop a hole in the middle and cut a circle. Take a jar or a lid, make yourself something round. And then we'll cover this. I want to move that up. Yeah, doesn't want to fit that way. Will it fit this way? And then you can take and ink it with your green or your whatever you want to ink it with. And the fun part about this one is what you decorate it with. You know, you could put it right in the middle of the plastic window. You could put it right here. You could add a little something up there. You know, the fun part is decorating it up, I think. And then creating, if you want. Now, you could seal this. Before you do it, you could throw in a great little shaker mix, close it and seal it. Or you can cut this off and make this a pocket that you glue on to something. Whether you're gluing it on to, like we did before, a journal card. Whatever you want to do with it, right? It just makes a cute little, you could probably, I don't know, let me see if this fits. Yeah, you could put a coffee card in there. If you cut, you know, it won't close, but if you want to just use it as a pocket on something, you could pop that in there. Totally up to you. Okay, Or you can make it a shaker. You can put that on there. Let's see, I kept a bunch of little bits. You could also add something to that inside if you wanted to add like a word. Say you wanted to glue on a word for the middle. If you didn't have a good image, you could glue on the word and add that, and that's super cute, right? So that's what you do with that one. I don't know which one I like best. Do I like the tree? Oh, I like Santa. I had these others kind of all cut out, so maybe that would be cute on that. Okay, and I have all these words. These are the circles I cut out, and because you could decorate them, glue them on, and then put them back inside, right? So you have all these options of things you can do. I think I'm going to put Santa right there. I think he's adorable. I am going to use a little vintage photo. I feel like that just covers it so much better sometimes than like a green or a red. And I guess I did okay with the glue. Not my finest job. It is getting very dark in here. Let's see how much we can actually get done, if we can get anything done or not. I don't know. These were stickers that I stuck onto some cardstock and cut them out again with my punch. I think was this my 1.5 inch punch? Yep. That was my 1.5 inch punch. Then I want the word Santa, if I can find Santa in any of my words. I know I had a Santa word, but I don't know if I still do. I bet I don't. I swear I had a Santa word. I had the word Santa somewhere. Why wouldn't we, right? There it is. I knew I had Santa. Let me cut that out. I cut it off of my word strips that I have. These are from a Jewel Design. They're perfect Christmas words. They're red and green. I believe she has pink Christmas words, blue Christmas words. She's got every kind of Christmas word you can think of. Oopsie. And then I was thinking I could just, not upside, oh, that's right side up. Put a little Santa word up there. And if I want, I could add a little trim or something fun up there. Do I have any little thin trim? Of course I do. That's a silly question. Who are we talking to? Right? Some of this is vintage, so it's pretty old. But you can still find it. It's still out there. If you can find a fabric store, you can buy it. You probably buy Rick Rack online. I should try Amazon. I've never tried Amazon for that. Honestly. Okay, kind of keeping all these trims together for my, let me see how light it is. Oh, you're still seeing, okay. It is getting darker even on this screen, so. Yeah, I can't believe how dark it is. It's getting early. It's getting dark so early. That's what I was trying to say. Say that really fast, right? Oh my gosh. I know, I saw Tim Holtz was posting on Instagram, and he always posts these vintage Christmas bits. And the funny thing is, he loves the stuff from the 50s and 60s, which I grew up with in the house. My mom always had vintage, well, it wasn't vintage at the time, but decor. A lot of it went into boxes and is in my attic. She didn't want it anymore. She just said, oh, just throw it out. I'm like, I'm not throwing that out. I mean, I've had this stuff since I first got married. That is not going to stick on there. Let me try this one. She'd say, oh, just throw it out. I'm like, I'm not throwing that out. When I got married, my husband and I didn't have any money. We were 18 and 19. So we didn't have anything. So she gave me all her old Christmas decorations she didn't want. And so I have treasures, boxes and boxes of 50s and 60s decorations. Some of I used for years and years and years and years, probably for about 20 years. And then I started going fancy, you know, like blue, silver, all different colors for Christmas. Kind of went away from the traditional stuff, sort of kicking myself now, but it's still there. It's in the attic. But yeah, he was showing a Santa that I remember my mom used to have sitting on the side table. She had a round end table that had 2 layers, which I think is sitting in my baby sister's house. I think she still has that side table. Oh, I love that table. Anyway, so yeah, there used to be all kinds of little music boxes and all. I have all of it. She didn't want it. She was throwing it out. And I'm like, don't throw it out. Isn't that cute? And then if we made a little card and we stuck it inside, do I have one? I've already got one cut. I just haven't done anything with it. Yeah. We would just cover that with some paper, and we could cover it with any paper, really. Something I think would look cute with that, or holly paper, and then put another image on it and slide it inside. That would be really cute, right? We could cover it and then slide that inside. So lots of cute. Which way it goes? Is it this way up or is it this way up? That way. So you can see, you can make this as a pocket, or standalone, drop it in a pocket, or make it into a shaker card. That would be super cute. I love these as shakers, which I might still do. Although I just made this card, doesn't make sense to do that now, right? Didn't I have my, oh dear, where'd it go? Well, maybe I didn't pull it out for today's video. Okay, well, I'll use this one. It's not my favorite, but I'll use it. Funny, the dog next door, if he hears me, you know, we've lived next door to them for 15 years. He still barks at me. Don't know why that is. His big brother or sister that passed away, doggy, would bark at me too. Didn't matter how long we lived here. That dog barked at us no matter what. Didn't like us no matter what. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, well. We get along great with the neighbor, just not their dog. Dogs. I like dogs. Obviously, we had Missy for a while, and then we found a home for her because we weren't I couldn't take care of her. My husband was taking care of 2 cats and me and my daughter and the girls. So, you know, he didn't want to take on anymore. So we almost kept her, though, if we hadn't found the right home. But we found the perfect home for her. And she's so happy. I've seen pictures of her. She's going to be a big girl. The doggy I rescued 1 year ago. Oh, my gosh, she's so big. She's gained so much weight and she's grown. She's not a puppy anymore. She's now a doggy. Full year plus, and she is darling. She's beautiful, actually. She's not just darling, she's beautiful. She's got a little bit of red in her fur, and she's gray and red, and she is a sweetie pie. Now, I could add any other image in the middle of this. I could leave it plain. I could add a little tab if I want to make it an open pocket. Get rid of the, you know, pull this off and make it an open pocket. And it could go in there with something, and then you've got writing space, right? So if you didn't want to use it as a gift card holder that you've glued into a card, you know, this would be awesome glued into a greeting card. Let me show you. This isn't the right greeting card, but I happen to have one right here. So let's say you got a grandkid and you got a greeting card and you want to give her a gift card. You just would get rid of this little flap. You'd glue it on like this, glue all, you know, 3 sides down. Then you would have the pocket, And you could drop the greeting, this isn't here. Oh, I'll just pull it off. And there, you can drop the gift card in there. That's glued on. She's got a pretty little pocket, and you pull it out, and there you've got your pretty gift card, okay? So I've been threatening to do that. It's just time to do it. It's driving me crazy anyway. Let me get that inked. We don't want that showing. Okay, there you are. So you could just glue that on the inside, and then your note from Grandma and Grandpa, or your nieces and nephews, or whoever you want. You know, that works out really well. I like to give you lots of ideas for these gift cards, because it seems like as we get older, that's pretty much all we do is gift. Gift, gift, gift. And you could also put this in there with a little tab on it. That way you can write a special little note on the back, right? To so-and-so, to Katie from Grammy and Papa, you know, for your new computer screen or whatever you bought, you know, for her. So very cute, right? So I will do that another time, because I think are we getting on the 2-hour mark? I need to see where we're at. Are we at 2 hours? 1:41. Ooh, we're right there. We're right there. What would I put on that? We've got that on there. Let me see. I have a lot of... Oh, that's cute. These are kind of big though, right? I was looking to see if there was something I wanted to really put on there. Oh, how about this Comfort and Joy? This comes from a little 6x6 scrapbook pad. Boy, I've made a mess out of that little tray, haven't I? We're going to do that one in just a minute. Let's finish this one up. Yeah. And actually, that little bit I just cut off there, where'd it go? That would make a cute little pull at the top, wouldn't it? So if we went like this, I turn it over. Let's go like this. Oh, not like that's the wrong one. I'm really trying to mess that one up, aren't I? Oh, I'm getting no ink off that. I definitely have used it. So if we glue that on the top there, and we put that on there, you can pull the little note out. And you could put this little cute Tidings of Comfort and Joy on there. Oh, isn't that cute paper? These double-sided pages are darling, and it's tough because you want to use the pullouts that they have, or the cut-aparts, or whatever you want to call them. We call them journal cards. Hopefully that fits in the window. I wasn't paying attention when I did that. I should have checked. Oh, Tidings of Comfort and Joy. Oh, see, that came out so cute, you guys. Look at that. And then you have that when you take it out, right? And I want, oh my gosh, do I have any more sunlight I can get in here? Not really. I can't really get any more sun. I got all the sun I get. I'm looking for some gold tape. Hold on. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to you know what a journal card looks like. I'll show it to you when it's done. I'm going to make one to go with that, okay? So, let me just put a thing on that. I really wanted to show you the small one anyway, so let me get... Okay, this has some gold foil, like... I'm going to put that on there. And I overshot it on purpose so that I could... I don't know if I'm going to need to glue it. I haven't decided. We'll know when I purposely overdid it so I could cut it exactly the way I wanted it. There. I wanted to add a little bling. There. Look at that. There we go. Wait a minute. Let me get myself together here. Isn't that cute? Just adorable. You could put a word up there if you wanted. You don't have to. And then you just put it inside your little envelope. If I can get it open. Is that not cute or what? And then you glue that down onto your surface. If you want to give it as a gift, you can leave it like that, or you can, you know, not glued down, you can cover it up and you got a perfect little pocket to give something, you know, to someone in. I don't know what I just did with that little card I had. I was showing off. Oh, where'd it go? A little gift card. I put that. Oh, here we go. And then you could do this, you know, just put a little coffee card or Amazon card or whatever cards you can get these days. I don't know, restaurant card. So it makes a great card holder pocket that goes on a journal, or it could even go on a journal card. It could go on a tag. You could glue that on a tag. And isn't that adorable? Isn't that cute? We did that the other day, but for a little bit different, to fill up some bags. But again, it is definitely, that'd be just absolutely adorable on there, wouldn't it? Huh. I might have to see about that. I might have to see about that because, yeah, that would be cute. Glued on something like that or something like this. No, I like it on this maybe. Okay, I've got all kinds. See what happens? You start getting going and then you're like, oh, I should do this. Oh, wait, I should do that. So this is our project for today. We had that and that. And, oh my gosh, I have made a huge mess, guys, as usual. You say, oh, you don't ever make messes. Yes, I do. I just try to clean up as I go because I'm doing videos. I am not naturally that neat and tidy. Well, I am naturally neat and tidy in my house, but I mean, there are times I'm a messy girl and so I will show you whatever there, I knew I had it. It was tucked under everything else. Oops, we don't want that. We don't want that. And there we go. That is done there. Let me move all of that off the table. And we will look at, I'm not sure what our Sunday project's going to be now. I think we maybe... you know, when you do two projects, what happens is you end up getting, you're using up your projects and then you don't have anything to do for your last weekend. So I could move up the timeline on the final project to before Thanksgiving. It's just time's flying. So I'm not sure. Yikes, you guys. I'm busy making messes everywhere. Making friends, making messes. So we did both of these. Oops, we don't need that. Sorry about that. Okay, so we've done both of those. And where'd our pocket go? Those pockets we made. And I filled it up a minute ago and put it somewhere. Where did I put the pockets I just filled? Oh, they're there. Gosh, I'm crazy. And then we made, I'll just pull out the ones we made today. We made that one, and we made that one, and we made that one, and we made, where's that other big one? Oh, no, we didn't make that one. Where's the big one we made? Oh, that one. Okay, so those are the ones we made today. And I decided I didn't get a ton of support for these. And I honestly was very sad about it. But what I decided to do was go ahead and continue on with the weekend retreat. We didn't get as much support and watch as I would like. But I'm going to do the few that I have prepped. And then at that point, I'll decide whether I'm going to go any further, or if we're just going to do like 4 or 6, or, you know, quit after that. We're just going to have to see, you know, how the support keeps going. If people have done one weekend and they decide they don't want to do anymore, that may decide my not, you know, continuing the weekend retreats. But we're just going to take it a week at a time. How's that? So thank you for watching, everyone. I love you all. I'll see you all probably midweek with some more projects, you know, random projects. Oh, yes, I have a nutcracker project I need to finish and show off. So you might want to see that. It was a nutcracker folio I started last year. I need to finish that up. So I may be doing that in a video. Or I might be still working on my Christmas ball. So I'll see you during the week and then the following week. But look for day 4, which is tomorrow, which is our weekend retreat at home. And I love you all. I'll see you all very soon. Hugs and kisses. Mwah! Bye-bye.